Hey everyone, welcome back to Ace Run Disc Golf. Today I'll be taking you through the bag of a chump. Let's start with the putting putters. So just like last time, I'm still using the Prime Judges. Actually the same ones as last time, so they're super beat in and filthy. The throwing putters, you may recognize this from Serena's in the bag several years ago, I would imagine. So it's a DX Rhino. I just started working it in to be my just dead straight putter because the Judges are a little understable for that, and then my zones are a little too overstable for that. So I have two zones at the moment, a Jawbreaker zone, and then a, what is this? Crystal Flex Sparkle zone. I think both of these are ledgestone edition, and I just ordered another one, so gonna have a few too many zones in the bag.
Spoiled it.
Jawbreaker is beat in enough to do, I still mainly use it forehand, but for like flex forehands. And then this one is just the beefcake that just dumps right no matter what I do. Moving on to the mids, I used to carry a lot. Right now I only have 3. The first of which is the Simon Lizotte Mindbender. The next 2 are both Lucid Truths. This one's been in the bag forever. It's pretty understable at this point. This one works its way in and out of the bag. It's kind of finicky. All right, so now on to the biggest section of my bag, the fairway drivers. Does this mean I got less chumpy? I have less distance drivers, more fairway drivers. Maybe I'm getting better. Who knows?
That's what that means.
So I'll start with the most understable, the Discmania Genius. We got this in the Discmania Mystery Box 2021?
Yes.
Yes, so this came out of the mystery box, super flippy. I like using it in tight hallways and throwing it on a ton of hyzer and having it flip up and go straight rather than actually throwing a straight shot. Then I have a Star TL with a pretty sweet die job. One of the first ones I did, I think. This used to be my go-to for a dead straight shot. Now it's getting a little bit understable, so it's on the edge of getting kicked out of the bag, if we're being honest. But so now I just use it kind of when I feel like it. Doesn't have a defined slot in the bag. T-Bird 3, I believe this is, that Serena got a while ago with a hamburger foil on it from Infinite. And this was the first T-Bird I threw where I was like, this is why the T-Bird is so popular. You just put it on a line, it holds that line, it dumps to the left, it's perfect. Okay, then I have some newer additions to the bag. This is the Mint Discs Grackle. This has basically supplanted the TL3 for me, where it's a little bit longer, I would say, than the TL3 and more consistent in its flight. I use it for the same purpose, and since it's newer, it won't flip over on me. I can trust it a little bit more. Another new addition is the MVP Volt, which is kind of just a step up from the Grackle. Initial beginning of the flight's pretty similar, but much more overstable, dump harder to the left, and then also I can use this one for flex shots, knowing that it's going to come out at the end. In a similar manner, I've been using this Color Glow Orc that is also relatively new, which I wasn't expecting to be this overstable, but it is. I cannot throw this thing. Backhand, I use it for flex shots once again, just like extreme angle, and then it still probably fights out and skips to the left. And also, I've been trying to learn how to forehand this one. Thought it'd be good if I had a forehand that wasn't just a distance driver. So this one I can throw pretty hard forehand, and it will go pretty straight, and then finish right for me. Then a disc, once again, that's way too overstable for me, but this time on purpose, is a Champion Thunderbird. So this one I'll only use for forehand and typically scramble shots where I'm doing like a 3/4, trying to get it to pan out, flatten out, and fade to the right. I don't know about y'all, but like watching the pros, like Big Germ throw Thunderbird, I'm like, oh yeah, it's a perfect disc for me, right? No. It's not, okay? So for people like me, this is a scramble disc, super overstable, super dependable though. Okay, on to the most fun category for any chump is the distance driver. First up, I have an Octane. It's a little bit lighter weight and it's fission plastic. Not that overstable for being an octane, but it will fight the wind, so I can release it flat in some headwind and it will go straight, still finish left. Then this disc is primarily my distance forehand throw. This is the Cloud Breaker. The plastic feels fantastic. My forehand feels really good with a really fat rim. And then I have currently 3 Shrikes in the bag. This one is the most understable. I think it's like 170 grams. It is actually quite flippy. So if I'm trying to get the most distance, I'll probably throw this one high on some hyzer, let it drift right, and then finish back left. Otherwise, I'll use it in the woods kind of like the Genius, where I can throw it much slower and it will still just pop up just a little bit for me, hit that gap, and then carry on for a little bit longer than the fairway driver would. And this is my go-to Shrike. It's more stable, more dependable. So I'll throw this one flat, just let it cruise out there. Easy to throw for me. The last one I'm working into the bag is this pretty sweet one. This is also lighter, 166, and a little bit of a pop top. So I'm hoping that once the green Shrike gets too beat up, this will become my bomber Shrike. But primarily I drive with the Shrikes for distance. On to the last category, maybe my personal favorite category, is the utility disc category. I probably could have put the Thunderbird in here. Currently I just have 2 discs. First is the Discraft Soul. This is actually the Ace Race edition from 2018.
Whoa.
So I think it's I know, I'm old. Technically a mid-range, but feels like a putter in the hand. It's super understable. So I'll use this for heavily wooded shots, or maybe some forehands where I'm trying to get it super high and then just crash all the way left without coming out at all. Pretty much the same thing, but in fairway driver form, is the Prime Escape. So when I first got this disc, just put it on a little baby amount of hyzer, it would just go flat and straight forever. Now, I mean, can you see these chunks? It's a little beat up at this point to where it's unusable for an actual throw. But same thing, but maybe in the reverse of the Soul, where if I need to get something super high backhand and just go all the way right and never come out, or maybe like a little emergency roller disc, I'll use the Escape. It's super fun to throw. I'll probably add another one into my bag soon. That's the utility discs.
And did you say that's actually from a starter pack?
That is from the starter pack, yes. I think that was the first starter pack challenge that we did. I loved it so much I kept it in the bag ever since then. All right, so that wraps up the bag. Comment down below what I should get next to complement my current setup, and I'll see you in the next one.